All right. So I wanted to come on here and make some more comments about this blood moon that we just had. Now it would be yesterday for me, and I just wanted to clarify a few things because I don't want people thinking I said the moon was popping in and out. Now, the reason for the blood moon, I believe, is that it's on the horizon, so it's doing like a sunrise. You know how when sun rises, it's red, depending on what's going on in our atmospheric conditions. And so that's the reason for the blood moon. It happened at 8:16 p.m. on December the 8th, and I took away the landscape so you could see it. And as soon as I finished the video, I realized, wow, we should have looked and saw what it said in the Hebrew about the names of these stars. And so that's what I've been doing all night. And I wanted to share it with you guys. So Cancer, this constellation, according to that Bollinger on the stars, it goes all the way from the pole star all the way down here to the bottom of the belly of the ship. So there's a lot of information we're about to read about. So that's probably what this whole video is just going to be about right now. And so let's get over there and see what the name of this star is in the Hebrews. Man, you're going to be amazed, Cancer, what it's called. It talks about these stars here. Man, these are the 69, it says. Okay, so let's get over to that real quick. I wanted to kind of leave it up while I read it because this stuff is amazing. So right now we're talking about Cancer the crab. It says the Messiah's possessions held fast. That's these claws, right? And Zodiac of Dendera and Isna, it is a sacred beetle. Its name there gives is Calaria, and that's cattle foals. It's making me think of the dung beetle, right? I think that's what it's talking about. The Arabic name is Al Sartan. He who holds or binds together. Guess you can read that name in Genesis 49:11. The Greek name is Karkinos, and that's encircling, the same as the Latin Cancer. From Arabic, kan, an, in, and cure, or ser, encircling. The ancient Akkadian is Su, Ku, Na, the Caesar, or possessor of seed. A bright cluster is called Perisepe, and that's a multitude of offspring. I think that bright cluster is here. You got to kind of go in really good on Cancer to see this bright cluster. And the more closer you go in, it'll start to give you the names. I was doing this all night. So we see a name Melech, Melia, right? Some of the names are not the same, spelled the same or whatever, but I found a lot. See that? Malia. And that's assembled thousands. And then north and south of Perisepe are two bright stars, Alisalis north and Asaleus south. Their sign is 69 and called the two asses, thus connecting it with Cancer, which is the sign of Issachar. So that's Genesis 49, I guess, in Numbers. You can read about these names. That's these two stars here. See, Ocellus. Yeah, this is pretty exciting because this is where we had the blood moon telling us that this is what it belongs to the Messiah. Now, I also told you that it's just not this constellation in the Hebrew. Billinger says it's Ursa Minor too. So we're going to read all those names in a second. Man, this stuff is good. We're going to go to these other constellations too as we read them. So Ursa Minor, I think it's up here, is the first name. I'm just blown away that there was a blood moon in this portion of the sky. And I just want to say, like, for signs and for seasons, right, guys? So in this Bullinger thing I told you, he says it's just not Cancer. It's Ursa Minor, Ursa Major, and Argo, which is the ship. So that's the whole sky. From the North Pole, Polaris, see, it's right here. The brightest star is Aurica, the trodden or ridden on, denoting it as the pole star. The Greeks call it Kunosura, Cynosure. See that? Cynosure. It's Polaris. So this is also a part of this Cancer constellation. Man, look at that. She was lined up with all of that when she was a blood moon. And there's something else it says here that in the Hebrew it's a bear. Okay. And so there's another, the next brightest star is Kochab. That's right here. And that means waiting, him who cometh. And then in Ursa Major, the great bear, the fold and the flock, guess that's in Obadiah and in Job. It's called Ash, and her offspring in the authorized version, it's Achiras and her sons. And in the revised version, it's the bear and his train. In the margin, it's sons. But the Arabs still call it Al-Naish or Ana-ish. And that is the assembled together as in a fold. So that's here. It says the brightest star is Dubhe. It means a flock, which gives its name to the two constellations. So Ursa Major and Ursa Minor, they both have Dubhe in there. I wasn't able to find the star named Dubhe up here, but I guess they both have that name, which means bear or a flock. The next one in this one is Merak. Let me see if I found that one. Yeah, it's called Merak, see? And it's the flock too. In Arabic, it equals purchased. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, this blood moon, boy, bought this from the top of the sky all the way to the bottom. We're about to read. This is Argo, so we're about to get down here and read the names of these stars in a minute. Yeah, it's good. So it says the next is Faida or Frada, and it's numbered or guarded. You can read that in Psalms. Another is called Bennett Naish, daughters of the assembly. I think that's here. Now this thing want to be in the way. See if I can still do it. Yeah, see, Bennett Naish. And then another one is Al-Qaid or Cade, the assembled. I don't know which one that one was. But I don't want to spend too much time, but it's up there. One of those, I can't remember. And so It's Alcade. It says the assembled. Which one that was? But anyway, let's go down to Argo now. There's a few Alhoods up here. Yeah, I can't remember. It's somewhere in here, Alcade. I did find it. I found mostly all of them. And then down here, it's a few. I might have to click around a little bit. So now we're going into Argo, the ship, the pilgrims, safe at home. So it says there's two ships in the Egyptian planisphere, and it's like the two folds. It says they occupy one half of the south meridians. The brightest star is Canopus, and that is the possession of him who cometh. So there's Canopus right there. And when I put in Argo, it said it was a dwarf star that's like right around here. And so it's really nothing to click on. I have to actually go into this side thing and, no, wrong thing, sorry. See, going to Argo, it's somewhere in here, it says. So this is the constellation that it's talking about. It's just maybe that star went dwarf by now. Oops, didn't mean to do that. But we're here talking about Canopus. It says other names are Safina, the multitude. I noticed that was like up here somewhere. Al Safina. Yeah, see that? And then Curious, the possession. Can't remember, that was somewhere right there. Yeah, see, and Ashkamidiska or Asmidiska, the released who travel, and that one was it might be this one, I think. Yeah. So I was gonna say, man, that blood moon was highlighting Messiah's possessions held fast. The fold, the sheepfold, and the flock, the strong, because that's what the bear and his train represented. It said somewhere in here about strength. Yeah. Rest or security rendered strength in Deuteronomy. Right? So from the very top of the sky, the Messiah owns it all. And it was paid for, already purchased. Even those that were in the ship, man, they're safe at home. Man, this is beautiful, right? I'm going to do this some more, and get all these names, but oh, what a feeling. I don't even know what to say. I just wanted to share this with you guys real quick. This is amazing, right? So we had that blood moon, and it looked that way to us on Earth because of all of those atmospheric conditions, but we wouldn't even have been able to see it from standing on the Earth. So that's why I said this program is pretty fresh. Well, all right. I just want to share that Cancer. And now let's put it to the time when I'm making this video so you guys could see where the moon is at now. It's daytime right now when I'm making this video, December the 9th. And yeah, see, can't see much when the day lights up, but you could take that away too. Now we could read about Leo, but that'll be for another video. But that's where the mama is right now. She's in the Messiah's consummated triumph. So pretty awesome. That's what we'll do next. I don't want to say it's coming next. I got some other things I got on the plate, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. And thanks for being here, and I'll be back soon. Stay tuned.